Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Orange Power Podcast. We are joined by the head coach of the Oklahoma State Cowgirl tennis team, Coach Chris Young. And, Coach, man, I love it. Late momentum, late peaking. Things are going well for you guys right now.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. You know, for the second half of the season, we've really come on strong. A lot of young kids getting a lot of experience. The team, you know, when you add a team where we had 4 kids that came in late, you sometimes need a little bit of time to get that momentum, but we've got it now, and it's a lot of fun.
So how good is the momentum? You guys have won 14 of the last 15 matches. I think you told me you were 15-1 since Melissa came along. So obviously she was a good piece of this thing, and everybody settled into their role. And the unity, all of that combined, I mean, it's all coming together at the right time.
Yeah, in our sport, you know, when you play 6 players, one person makes a big difference, especially when you can add someone at the top, push everybody down. But you know, this team's really come together. I think they've really improved a lot. You know, I give my assistant Henry a lot of credit for the work that he's done with the development of the kids. Give the girls a lot of credit for their hard work. And then, you know, just confidence is a crazy thing. I go back to the 2016 team that made the finals. We won 18 in a row to get us to the final match. And you know, that team just started to grow in confidence. You could just feel it start to come on. And there's a little bit of that happening with this team where, you know, you just feel there's a couple of matches that kind of start to show them what they're capable of, and I think that really happened on Saturday.
So let's walk through the regional. You guys knew you're the chairman of the selection committee. You know the rules so well. Even before you guys got together, you said we're probably going to be in Norman, going to be down there with Tulsa, and that's exactly the way it did play out. Again, because the parameters are so set, you could predict that. And for you guys, first round Tulsa, good tough doubles point to start. But then from there, man, you guys really ran through that match pretty well.
Yeah, you know, whenever you start a national tournament, that first round, there's always a little bit of jitters. There's some things that you got to kind of work through. And Tulsa's a really good team, especially in doubles. And I thought it played out like you thought it would, where, you know, they came out really excited. They played really well. We kind of had to weather a little bit of the storm in the doubles. But once we did that, then we really took off in singles. And it gave us a lot of confidence and momentum heading into the match against OU on Saturday. But Tulsa's a good team. They had a really good season, and it really gave us a good test in that first round.
So I find this interesting, right? You and I have talked a lot about this over the last couple of years, but certainly since you've been on the selection committee. But again, going back to the rules, the restrictions on travel, and okay, we can't have 2 conference teams together, and you put all that together and you create what is a very unbalanced regional, the toughest regional in the country, one that you nor Tulsa really should have been in. And we look at it from that perspective, man, these teams have got to go on the road. But that home team is going, oh, are you kidding me? That's who's coming up. We're a national seed, we're 6, and that's who we've got to take on. So, you know, it created bedlam, and you knew the pressure was going to be on the home team. So it is an unfairness that nobody can really remedy until the NCAA takes those restrictions off. But I just find it funny. We look at it from our own perspectives, but when you look at it from another team's perspective, they're going, oh, you've got to be kidding me, right?
Yeah, when you have a 400-mile radius where if you're within 400 miles and you can drive to a regional site, that's where you're going. So sometimes it creates a parity situation where, you know, you've got a lot of teams there that are pretty close together. Sometimes you can get lucky that your regional is not real strong. So there's a lot of things that can happen, good or bad. This time, you know, it was the toughest region in the country. Fortunately for us, we came out on the winning end of that region, and it created bedlam. It created a lot of opportunities, but it was a fun one for sure.
So let's talk about this one. You guys actually don't win the doubles point to start this one, and in hindsight, that gives confidence moving forward. It's not the way you want to do it, right? But I know this team built some confidence, even though, again, a tough doubles point that went to Oklahoma.
Yeah, you know, we've won the doubles point a lot this year. Our number 1 doubles team going to be All-Americans at number 1 doubles. They lost their match 6-4. Came down to a couple really critical points that they didn't convert, and that was something we weren't used to, but credit OU on that one for the way that they played. our number 3 doubles team got down 5-1, brought it back to 5-all, and had some opportunities there. They didn't convert. But the way that we played, the way that we came back, the way that our girls hung in there, the way that I saw their girls react gave me a lot of confidence of like, look, I feel like we just got to hang in there a little bit longer. The pressure really is on them and how they kind of handled the pressure. And so after the doubles point, when I went into the team huddle, I told the girls, I am more confident now after watching this doubles point play out that we're going to win this match, especially if we can just hang around, get some matches to third sets, put even more pressure on them. The way that we handle the pressure, the way that we're prepared for this moment, I think we're going to be in good shape, and that's how it played out.
Well, and we're not going to go through all the matches. You and I have actually done this once already, which is really fun to watch how this whole thing unfolded. But they get the second point, right? It's 2-0. And then you look up, you're on the opposite side of the courts away from Melissa, and she's down a set love 4. And then things started to churn just a little bit, and that seems to be the pivotal match that turned everything around.
Yeah, Melissa, really got off to a slow start, and credit their girl for the fast start maybe that she got off, but once she really was able to start turning that one, things really just took off. And momentum is a crazy thing in our sport, and once people can kind of see it, and we started turning 3-4 courts, we lost 4 first sets, but we were able to turn 3 of those around. And once we were able to do it and get those into third sets, I think they felt it, we felt it. And once Melissa really got hers turned, momentum was on our side, and there was no looking back.
Love it. Love the video of the end of every one of those matches that show those young ladies. And again, your socials did a great job. It just means more. This is our whatever, Cowgirl country. I mean, it was fun. It's Bedlam. It's supposed to be fun. And your kids had some fun at the end of that one.
Yeah, we definitely did at the end of the end of it, just to be able to celebrate and see it. And there's not too many times that you're going to be able to hear our fight song played in one of their facilities, but because it's an NCAA event, they have to play the fight song of the winning team. So our fans were there, and they got to celebrate hearing our fight song played, and just to be able to celebrate. And it was a great opportunity for us to continue on. For our young kids to be able to win the match the way that we did, to know our season's going to move forward, and we're hoping that we're going to get a big crowd here on Saturday because we have a great opportunity. Stanford's the type of team that you want to be able to play in the postseason, and now to not only win Bedlam but to extend your season, that's pretty exciting.
Well, and that's the next point, obviously, right? I mean, here's the crazy thing, too. So the other side of the bracket, the national seed didn't win either. Therefore, you guys, it comes down to who head-to-head. They analyze it, and you're actually hosting a super regional against Stanford. And by the way, a team that's won 20 of the last 40, the only 43 championships. It's obviously a very good team that you have a lot of history with. But you actually get to host. And so, as it turns out, it's crazy how it's starting to set up, and a little storm starting to brew right now.
Yeah, it is. When you're one of the best teams that didn't host, it sets up an opportunity that if you can get through that first round, maybe you get a chance to come back. And so maybe a little redemption from last year for how things played out. And so we hope that we can have an opportunity for a do-over from what happened. And we know that it didn't end the way that we wanted it to, but if we can pack this place again this year, have this super regional format, and give our fans a chance to send them home happy this time.
Yeah, all the 8 remaining teams will converge on the national championship. But let's get to this real quickly, the setup. Obviously, they've got a young lady that came back from injury. She's playing their 5 singles right now. You're anticipating she'll still be a 5. That sets up a really good matchup with one of the best 5s in the country in Gracie Epp. So that's going to be a fun match.
It is going to be a fun match. Gracie's undefeated. She's 13-0 at the number 5 singles position this year. She's really had a great year for us. But Alexandra Yepifanova is their number 1 player from last year. Been hurt all year, but came back 3 weeks ago. And so now she's playing the number 5 singles position, and rightfully so because she's just coming back from injury. But that's going to set up a barn burner at number 5 singles. And look, Stanford is Stanford because they recruit some of the best talented players in the country, and they're in a position where they're expecting to continue to advance as well. The one thing we have going for us is our crowd, and we hope that people will show up and show out for us and give us that advantage.
Yeah, I want to get to that and the ticket information in a minute, but let's go back. just looking at the matchup a little bit, you kind of said if there is a match that kind of is going to be highly intriguing too. I mean, obviously 5, but the number 2 singles.
Yeah, number 2 singles, they have Valerie Glausman, a top 10 player all season long, but she's a freshman, and she's taking on Komar. And Naz Komar is a girl that's probably one of the most improved players in the country. That's hard to say for someone who's been a multi-time All-American, but she's really coming on strong. She won her match 6-2 in the third the other day. She's really playing with a lot of energy, a lot of momentum, but that's going to be a key match that I think both teams feel like they can win, and I think whoever gets that's really going to be in a good place. She lost a heartbreaker out here last year in the super regional format, 7-6 in the third, and that was the decider. I know she wants to kind of get some redemption this year, and so I think the doubles point and that match is going to be 2 of the key deciders.
The great part about it too is there's some toss-up matches. There's some toss-ups in singles. Doubles is a toss-up. When you put it all together, it's kind of a toss-up. So let's go to what matters. We're inside and mostly empty. There's somebody hitting down there on the court, but it's a mostly empty Greenwood Indoor Tennis Center right now. Just on the other side of where we're shooting this is a place that holds 1,500. You can put 2,000 in here. There's a chance that could make all the difference because that place, this place is too, but that place is special when it's packed.
Yeah, when it's packed, there's no better place, and so we hope to get it full. Tickets are just going to be $5. You know, we've lowered the tickets to the bare minimum just to be able to get people in here. We want families to be able to come. We want people to be able to come see this. There's no other sporting event going on campus this week. We understand there's graduation and other things that people have going, but 1 o'clock on Saturday, if you don't have anything else going, we want to get people out here, support these Cowgirls. It's last chance for us to play at home this year. Maybe people haven't been to a tennis match before. Come out. I guarantee it's going to be an electric environment.
It is something you will want to come back to, and so last thing on that is, again, looking for a good crowd. I always love to talk about the fans. This place has been full most of the year. Outdoor, indoor, doesn't matter. But you added some fraternity guys in here, and they have been a blast. They've camped out on court 6.
Yeah.
And they've been a factor.
They have been a factor, and we talked to them just yesterday, and they said, hey, we're trying to get everybody to not leave. Finals is this week. Most of the guys were planning to go home until they heard that we've got a match on Saturday. So we're like, hey, stick around, and they're like trying to adjust some of their plans, trying to get some of them to come back. So we're trying to get a lot of the students to stay. Some of the students have really been coming out to matches this year, and so trying to get them to stay because they've had a good time. And I think when people come to a match, they realize it's a lot more fun than they had anticipated, and they come back. So if you haven't been, come out and give it a shot. If you have been before, we know that you're going to want to come back again. And look, this is a exciting time. Anytime you have a chance to be in the final 16 in any sporting event, it's the best of the best, and to do it at home is going to be even more special.
Yeah, and then with the hopes of being the final 8. Tickets available at the OSU ticket office, also going to be available outside the arena. There's going to be some tailgating going on. It's going to be a great atmosphere long before the match. I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock, something on Saturday, right?
Yeah, they're going to be 10:30, 11 o'clock. There's going to be free food available while it lasts. It's going to be right outside on the east side, so come early, get excited about the match, and just get fired up for an OSU sporting event, especially Cowgirl tennis.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Be sure to check it out. Coach, appreciate it. Best of luck, and we hopefully be talking to you again soon.
Sounds good.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Again, Saturday, 1 o'clock, get your tickets. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a great atmosphere and a great opportunity for the Cowgirl tennis team. For Chris Young, I'm Casey Kendrick. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Orange Power Podcast.